Hey people, it is Saturday, December the 28th. The time is 3:03 in the afternoon, and it is a mild 9 degrees Celsius. And I'm here way in the east end of Old Toronto on Queen Street East, just on the western edges of the beaches neighborhood. And it's been a while since I've done a walk through the beaches, so I'm going to take us along Queen here all the way, I think, into Scarborough, basically where Queen Street comes to an end. A few blocks past Victoria Park Drive, or whatever it's called. And as you can see, the snow is all but melted. You might have seen a few of my previous videos in a live stream where we had a somewhat significant snowfall just in time for Christmas. But now that Christmas is over, it's all melting away, which is just how I like it. This is an old streetcar suburb of sorts. It's almost as far from downtown as you can get within the boundaries of Old Toronto, anyway. And there's no subway line heading out to this area, so the streetcar is your best bet if you want to get here by transit. And it can be a bit slow sometimes, but I took the streetcar out here and there were no problems today. It was a smooth ride, no issues. It took just over half an hour, really, from the east side of downtown to where I began the video. Beach Dental, you'll find signage that refers to this area as both the beach and the beaches. And local residents also use both of those terms to refer to the area. Here is Woodbine Ave. Smokies, a original name for a weed store. And that'll take you right down to some of the beaches that this neighborhood is named after. On the shores of Lake Ontario, there's a string of beaches side by side all through this area. Hence the name. Beaches makes much more sense than the beach, because those beaches are distinct from one another with their own name. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. There's an awesome old fire hall. originally fire station number 17, but now it's fire station 227. Maybe the fire station 17 is referring to the old city of Toronto, and 227 is referring to the amalgamated city of Toronto, which includes all 6 of the former boroughs. There's another mural there that says the beach. It's the second guy I saw with a camera just in the last minute or so. And I have a camera too. This is a popular area today, I guess, for camera people. So we're not really in the heart of the neighborhood yet. Hello.
Would you like something to read today from the Bible?
Oh, no, thank you. There's a sign that says the beaches, $1 and more. I think this neighborhood has a bit of an identity crisis. This one says beaches as well. Beach Fish House. The Beach Mall. It's not much of a mall, really. I think it's just a mini mall. It's a very mini mall. And a very quiet mall. At least one place is open in here. That seems to be about all, though. Maybe people are boycotting it because it's called the Beach Mall and not the Beaches Mall as it should be called. Well, that was interesting. I think I popped in there one time before, several years ago, out of curiosity. I haven't been back since. I rather like this building. Too bad it has a Shoppers Drug Mart as its main retail anchor. Alright, so now we're coming more into like the heart of the neighborhood here. In the summer, this is a very popular area. Got a Hanukkah menorah over there, and a Christmas tree on this side. Kew Gardens. Kind of a funky tree. It's not actually a tree. Now this seems official to me. The local public library branch says Beaches Branch. Now how can you argue with that? Why even pretend that it's called anything else? I guess Beach Foodland didn't get the memo. And here's a Kohls Bookstore, a freestanding Kohls Bookstore. That is very rare these days. Yes.
Hi, Ken.
Hello.
Miss Lobobob.
You're Miss Lobobob?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Do you want to say hi on the video? Or?
Are you streaming live?
I'm not live. I'm just doing a pre-recorded walk.
Just, hi,
Hi,
Ken.
hi from Mrs. Lobobob, everyone. All right. Awesome meeting you. Nice day for a walk. Yeah. That's a familiar name in the live chat. I'm always a bit surprised when I run into viewers on the street. It's happening more and more often lately. It's the gingerbread house. I don't see any gingerbread though.
Бабула звать Денис.
Another neat old building there. Pretty sizable apartment building. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K though.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I come here so infrequently that when I do come to the beaches, it almost feels like I'm visiting another town or something. Wow, these sidewalks were laid down in 1955. Just imagine what it was like walking around in Toronto in 1955 compared to now. I'm sure a lot of the storefronts and neighborhoods looked pretty much the same, actually, then as they do now, in terms of the built form. Just everything was not as old, obviously, back then, but most of these buildings date back to the early 1900s, when this was being built up as a streetcar suburb. And there you can see the lake down to the south, and the beaches, or one of the beaches, is down there. Mastermind Toys. The residential areas surrounding the Queen Street Strip here are, fairly well-to-do for the most part. And I noticed that almost every neighborhood that does have higher incomes tends to have a Mastermind Toys location. It's a nice little older apartment building. There are a lot of these walk-up apartment buildings actually as you head to the more easternmost stretches of Queen Street. I wonder what year this one was built. It's not as old, obviously, but it does have 2 floors of residential above the storefronts. At least they made sure to build it in a proper urban fashion. Beach Pilates. There's a nice old pink apartment building with green balconies. It stands out. I'll take it. I think it's pretty neat. Has a pretty neat presence in the neighborhood.
I can get it from my house if we want to fix like a pool or something like
If I lived in the beaches, I think I'd like to live in one of these older walk-up apartment buildings. This place is called the Beacher Cafe. They decided to do something different. Maybe they didn't want to choose one or the other, and they made up their own special term. Wow, there's an old VW minibus. I just noticed that the banners actually here say the beach. Does that mean it's official? The business improvement area has decided to identify as the beach. Beaches Health Group. I think the sidewalks here are a bit too narrow for people to be walking side by side. Chocolate store. Check out this old neon sign. It probably doesn't work anymore. Well, I'm just guessing. Maybe it does. I'm trying to remember if I've walked through here at night before. Everything is in place. Maybe actually it does work. I think I walked through here one time during an evening stroll and it was turned on. I have to think back a few years. Here's the local movie theater. We saw that other one in a previous video. Or you might have seen that other one in a previous video called the Beach Cinema, but this is the old historic theater here, the Fox. Baby Girl, Brazil, playing some classic movies here. And Brazil is a bizarre but awesome movie from the 1980s. Some more old walk-ups. Beach Plaza variety. There's a grocery store. This is actually a pretty hilly part of the old city of Toronto also. You can see there's quite a steep incline going north. And a pretty steep decline going south. I wonder what the rents are here for a one-bedroom. So it says no vacancy in the beach apartments. I wouldn't want to live there anyway. It has the wrong name. I should come back with a magic marker and just put an S on there. I wonder if anyone would notice. Here's another chocolate shop. There we go, Beaches Animal Hospital. And the bulging burger. I should call it the bulging beaches burger. Have a little fun. Yeah, we're almost at the end of Queen Street. Here's the Neville Park Loop where the streetcar turns around. I guess he's just waiting for that other streetcar to clear the loop up ahead. So the retail sort of peters out right around here. Jack's Corner Mart at the beach. Tisk tisk. I think this waits here for a few minutes before it continues on its way. And here's one of the most spectacular architectural treasures in the city, the R.C. Harris water filtration plant. It looks much more imposing from the other side, the side facing the lake. Looks a bit like a prison or something. It's been used in many movies and films, or TV shows, I should say, standing in as a prison or as an asylum of some sort. It actually feels a bit chilly here on this big open expanse right now. The wind is blowing through. I think some years during doors open, this is accessible to the public. I have yet to go inside. I've seen photos though, and it's pretty spectacular on the inside. See, it's built with an Art Deco style. I think it's close to 100 years old. And we'll head back over to Queen Street. There are several different staircases to get back up to Queen Street, thankfully. I think you can see all the way to the downtown skyline, actually. So there's a bit of an elevation here on this easternmost part of Queen Street. are. Off in the distance, you can see the CN Tower and some of the bank towers of the financial district. Of course, one last store here has to call itself the Beach Convenience. It's a nice old walk-up apartment building. This one is a 1950s or 60s slab-style apartment building. Not as charming. And you can see the lake behind the water filtration plant. So I think we crossed over into Scarborough. Victoria Park Drive, or Avenue. Why do I keep saying drive? Victoria Park Avenue is the boundary that separates Old Toronto from Scarborough. And we pass that. Just a few blocks behind me. And here's where Queen Street ends. At Fallingbrook. Private road. There's a home down there. So that's it for the beaches all along Queen Street East in the far eastern end of Old Toronto and a little bit of Scarborough here. I hope you enjoyed the walk through a very interesting and charming neighborhood. It really comes alive during the summer, of course, with all the beaches, hence the name The Beaches, as I said before. I hope you enjoyed this winter walk through the beaches area. Leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also be sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store, or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under K Continuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.